behavior. So this informant now, he's out, and what does he do? He gets arrested again. So I can't bring up the whole thing, but I'm going to bring up a portion because there's some sensitive information. But this is the this is where he was arrested. He was arrested in Staten Island, so it's a state level case, and it's the people of the state of New York versus Frank Pasqua. So I'm going to read a little bit of this, but I'm not going to put it up on the screen. Like I said, it has some sensitive information, so I don't want that really. I don't want to have to worry about blocking that out and whatnot. So I'm just going to move some things around, and so I can read it. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so all right, so this is the complaint. It gives a little bit of details. And this one, this happened, I'm going to read a little bit from the complaint. On April 12th, 2022, at approximately 9:44 p.m., inside of, and it gives the address of where the incident took place, the defendant committed the offenses of, and then it lists the offenses, and he was charged with aggravated harassment in the second degree and harassment in the second degree. And then there's more charges. It went on. It seems like the initial, those two charges, the aggravated harassment in the second degree and the harassment in the second degree, that happened at 9:44 p.m. inside the home. So I'm going to read the synopsis of that. It explains that in that the defendant did with intent to harass another person, the action causes a communication to be initiated anonymously or otherwise by telephone, by computer, or any other electronic means, or by mail, or by transmitting or delivering any other form of communication, a threat to cause physical harm to, hey, you know something, that's pretty, you hear that? A threat to cause physical harm or unlawful harm to the property of such person, member of such person, family. So here it is, a threat, right? Online it says, through mail. That's pretty funny. We know a few informants, right, who've been making a lot of threats online. So I guess that's aggravated harassment and harassment in the second degree. That's interesting. Got a lot of informants making threats online. Huh. Very interesting how these guys. So now you got this guy. Let me get back to this guy. So you got this guy. He's making threats, and he's making threats to his family. And we're going to go into that. Certain things are blocked out. So let me read around this. This is the offenses were committed under the following circumstances. So the office was basically notified by, and they have it blanked out. So it's either, unfortunately, I believe the mother of his child and his child that this impacts. It affects his son and the mother of his son. I don't know if he's married to her or not, but on the above mentioned date and time location, the defendant did send electronic messages. So the defendant sent, I'm hesitating because it listed somebody's name. I'm trying to avoid reading that. The defendant did send information to the affected party, an electronic message on his cell phone, and stated to this person, which is his son, and the son, and I believe his son's like a teenager. So this is a grown man being tough with his son. Okay. So he sent and stated to the son in sum and substance, and now it's a quote, anytime you're feeling froggy, like you want to take a shot at me, just let me know, because I'll let you punch me a good 3-4 times before I backhand you into the wall, into next week. I'll never close my hand and hit my son, but you bet when I slap you, you'll feel like you got punched. You're nothing to me. You'll never be anything to me, and it's not for, and it's not for the way you're treating me. It's your turning, says somebody's name, on me. Blank had nothing to do with this, and you're lying to him. Your mother had a drug problem since we were 16 years old. And so he sent that message to his son. Real tough guy, piece of garbage, being tough with his son. And I guess the son realizes he's a piece of garbage. That's why he said, it's not the way you're treating me. I guess his son is realizing, unfortunately, what kind of father he has. And that's the funny thing with these guys. They're always so concerned. I know with me, they look to bring up my dad, and with Angel, they look to bring up their dad. They're always worried about, like, our family. They should worry about their own conduct and where they come from. So many of these guys, look at this guy. He calls himself a father. Treating your son like that, you're a garbage pail. You're a garbage, tough with women and kids. Complete garbage pail. But they want to always worry about my heritage or to analyze that.